This morning, if you woke up and immediately felt that heaviness in your chest, like something was already wrong before your day even began, then this prayer is for you. Maybe your eyes opened, but your heart didn't feel ready. Maybe your mind started racing before you even got out of bed, replaying worries, responsibilities, or things you're trying so hard not to think about. And instead of feeling rested, you feel drained, like you're already behind, already tired, already overwhelmed. You might not even be able to explain it clearly. It's just there, that weight, that quiet pressure sitting on your heart, the kind that makes even small things feel difficult, the kind that makes you want to stay in bed just a little longer, not because you're lazy, but because facing the day feels like too much right now. And maybe a part of you is wondering, why do I feel like this again? Or, how am I going to get through today feeling this way? If that's you, I want you to know something right now. You are not alone in this moment. You are not the only one who wakes up feeling anxious, heavy, or emotionally exhausted. So many people carry silent battles into their mornings, smiling on the outside while feeling completely overwhelmed on the inside. And just because no one else can see it, doesn't make it any less real. Right now, before you check your phone, before you rush into your routine, before the noise of the day gets louder, just stay here for a moment. You don't need to fix everything yet. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to force yourself to feel okay. Just be here. Just breathe. Because this moment right now, this quiet pause, might be exactly what your heart has been needing. Maybe you've been carrying too much for too long. Maybe you've been strong for everyone else, holding everything together, pushing through even when you're tired. And now it's catching up to you in the silence of the morning. In that first moment of awareness when your eyes open and reality comes rushing back in, the stress, the uncertainty, the pressure, the expectations, it's all still there, and it feels heavy. But listen, you don't have to carry all of that by yourself anymore. Not in this moment, not right now. This prayer is not about pretending everything is okay. It's not about ignoring your feelings or pushing them down. It's about bringing them honestly, openly, just as they are, and allowing God to meet you right here, in this exact state. So if your heart feels tired, stay. If your mind feels overwhelmed, stay. If you feel like you're barely holding it together this morning, stay. Because something gentle is about to happen here. Not rushed, not forced, just a quiet shift, one breath at a time. And before we go any further, just take one slow, deep breath. Don't overthink it, just breathe in and breathe out. You're still here. You made it to a new morning. And even if it doesn't feel like it yet, that means something. Right now, before anything else pulls your attention away, I just want you to slow down with me for a moment. You don't need to rush. You don't need to figure out your entire day. Just stay here, in this quiet space, where nothing is being demanded from you. Let this be a small pause between the heaviness you woke up with and everything that's waiting for you outside this moment. Gently bring your awareness back to your breath, not in a complicated way, not perfectly. Just notice it. The way you're breathing right now, even if it feels shallow, even if it feels uneven, that's okay. You don't need to fix it, just observe it. Because sometimes, the first step to calming a heavy heart is simply noticing that you're still breathing. Now, if you can, take a slow, deeper breath in, not forced. Just a little deeper than before. Let the air fill your lungs. Hold it for a second, and then slowly release it. And as you breathe out, imagine letting go of just a tiny piece of that pressure you've been holding. You don't have to release everything, just a little. That's enough for now. Again, breathe in slowly. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw unclench if it's tight. And then breathe out, slower this time, as if you're telling your body, you can relax. You don't have to stay tense right now. Because the truth is, your body has been carrying stress even while you were sleeping, and it hasn't had a chance to fully let go yet. Stay with this rhythm for a few seconds, breathing in and breathing out. Nothing else matters right now. Not your responsibilities, not your worries, not the thoughts trying to pull you away. Just this breath, just this moment, just you being here. You might notice your mind trying to wander, thoughts coming in, reminding you of what's wrong, what needs to be done, what could go wrong today. That's okay. Don't fight them. Don't get frustrated. Just gently bring yourself back to your breath again, over and over. That's all you need to do, because in this quiet slowing down, something important is happening. Your heart is beginning to soften. Your mind is beginning to loosen its grip. And even if it's just a little, even if you barely notice it, that shift matters. That small space you're creating right now is where peace begins to enter. You don't need to earn this moment of calm. You don't need to deserve it. You don't need to be stronger first. You're allowed to pause, even if everything feels messy. You're allowed to breathe, even if your life doesn't feel in control right now. And maybe this is the first time today that you've truly stopped. Not scrolling, not thinking ahead, not reacting, just being still. And in this stillness, you are creating room. Room for peace, room for clarity, room for something greater than your worries to come in. So stay here just a little longer. One more slow breath in and one more slow breath out. You're doing better than you think. Even this small act of slowing down is already a step toward healing. Maybe what you're feeling right now isn't something you can easily explain to anyone else. On the outside, everything might look normal. Your life might seem fine to people around you. But inside, it feels heavy, complicated, quietly overwhelming. And that disconnect between how you feel and how you're expected to function can make it even harder. You might be used to telling yourself to just push through it, to stay strong, to not complain, to keep going no matter how you feel. And maybe you've been doing that for a long time now, showing up for others, handling responsibilities, keeping everything together. But deep down, it's exhausting, carrying that weight every day without really putting it down. And the truth is, feeling this way does not mean you are weak. It does not mean something is wrong with you. It does not mean you're failing at life or at faith. It simply means you're human. A human heart can only hold so much before it starts to feel heavy. A mind can only process so much before it begins to feel overwhelmed. There are mornings like this for so many people, even if no one talks about it. Mornings where the silence feels louder than usual, where your thoughts feel heavier than your body, where getting out of bed feels like the first challenge of the day. And if that's where you are right now, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not alone in this. You are not the only one who has questioned their strength. You are not the only one who has woken up feeling anxious without knowing exactly why. You are not the only one who has felt like you're carrying more than you can handle. These feelings, as uncomfortable as they are something many hearts experience in quiet, unseen ways. And instead of judging yourself for it, what if you allowed yourself a little compassion right now? Not the kind you give to others, but the kind you rarely give to yourself. What if, just for this moment, you stopped trying to fix everything and simply acknowledged, this is hard right now, and that's okay. Because sometimes the healing doesn't start with changing how you feel. Sometimes it starts with accepting that what you feel is real, that your emotions are valid, that your tiredness has a reason, that your anxiety didn't come out of nowhere. There's a story behind it. There are things you've been carrying that others may never fully see. And yet, even in this state, even in this heaviness, you are still here. You're still breathing. You're still trying. You're still showing up, even if it doesn't feel like much. And that matters more than you realize. So if a part of you feels like giving up today, or shutting down, or just going through the motions without feeling anything, pause right here. You don't have to go numb. You don't have to disappear into the weight of it all. You're allowed to feel and still be held at the same time. Right now, just place a gentle awareness on your heart again. Not to judge it, not to analyze it, just to notice it. However it feels, heavy, tired, restless. Just let it be what it is. You don't need to rush past this feeling. Because in this honest space, something deeper is preparing to meet you. And as we continue, you're not going to carry this alone anymore. Sometimes the heaviness you feel in the morning doesn't come from just one thing. It's not always one clear problem you can point to and say, "This is why I feel this way." Instead, it's layers, quiet layers that have been building over time. A little stress here, a little disappointment there, unanswered questions, unresolved emotions, things you've pushed aside because you had to keep going. Maybe there are things on your mind right now that you haven't said out loud to anyone. Worries about your future, things that feel uncertain or out of your control, questions about where your life is going, or whether you're making the right choices. And even if you try not to think about them, they show up anyway, especially in moments like this, when everything is quiet. Or maybe it's the pressure, the constant feeling that you have to keep up, to do more, to be more, to not fall behind. Expectations from work, from family, from life itself. And even when you're doing your best, it still feels like it's not enough. That quiet voice in your head that keeps saying, "You should be further by now," or "Why is this so hard for you?" That voice can be exhausting. There might also be emotional weight you've been carrying, things that hurt you, things that didn't go the way you hoped. Maybe it's disappointment. Maybe it's regret. Maybe it's something someone said, or something that didn't happen when you needed it most. And even if time has passed, the feeling hasn't fully left. And then there's the kind of tiredness that sleep doesn't fix, the kind that sits deeper than your body. Emotional exhaustion, mental fatigue, the feeling of being on all the time, always thinking, always worrying, always holding things together. That kind of tired doesn't go away after a good night's sleep. It follows you into the morning and makes everything feel heavier than it should. You might also feel a sense of being lost, like you're moving, but not really sure where you're going, like you're trying, but something still feels off. And that uncertainty, that lack of clarity, can create a quiet anxiety that stays in the background of everything you do. All of these things, they add up. Even if each one feels small on its own, together they become a weight that your heart has to carry. And over time, that weight starts to show up in moments like this, in the stillness of the morning, in that first breath you take when you wake up, in that feeling of heaviness that you can't ignore. But here's something important. Just because you've been carrying all of this doesn't mean you were meant to carry it alone. You were never meant to hold every worry by yourself. You were never meant to have all the answers. You were never meant to be strong every single moment without rest. And yet, somewhere along the way, you started believing that you had to. So, right now, instead of pushing these feelings away, just acknowledge them. Gently, honestly, without judgment. Yes, this is what I've been carrying. Not to stay stuck in it, but to stop pretending it's not there. Because the moment you stop hiding what's heavy, is the moment healing can begin to touch it. And as we move into the next part, you're not just going to name what hurts. You're going to start releasing it. Right here, in this exact moment, with everything you're feeling, you are not alone. Even if it feels quiet. Even if it feels like no one fully understands what's going on inside you, God is here, not far away, not waiting for you to get better first, but right here, in the middle of your heaviness, in the middle of your thoughts, in the middle of your emotions. Sometimes we think we have to come to God when we feel strong, when we feel put together, when we have the right words. But the truth is, God meets you most gently in moments like this, when you're tired, when you're overwhelmed, when you don't have the energy to pretend anymore. That's where His presence becomes real in a different way. Not loud, not overwhelming, but quiet, steady, and close. You may not feel it immediately. You may not feel some sudden shift or emotional release. And that's okay. His presence is not dependent on your feelings. Just because you don't feel it yet, doesn't mean He isn't here. Sometimes His presence is like a calm that slowly settles, like a quiet reassurance that builds over time, like a peace that doesn't rush, but gently stays. Right now, as you sit with this moment, Just imagine that you are not carrying everything by yourself anymore. Imagine that there is a presence beside you, not judging you, not rushing you, not asking you to explain everything, just being with you, fully aware of what you're going through, and still choosing to stay. God sees the parts of your heart that no one else sees, the thoughts you don't say out loud, the worries you try to hide, the moments when you feel like you're barely holding it together. None of it is invisible to him. None of it is too small or too complicated, and none of it pushes him away. In fact, this is where he draws closer, not to overwhelm you, but to gently remind you that you don't have to do this alone, that there is strength available to you that doesn't come from forcing yourself to be okay, but from allowing yourself to be supported. So, right now, without trying too hard, just open a small space in your heart. You don't need perfect words. You don't need a long prayer yet. Just a simple openness, a quiet willingness, like saying, God, I'm here. Even if that's all you can manage, that's enough. And in that small opening, something begins to shift. Not everything at once, not instantly, but slowly. The weight you've been holding so tightly starts to loosen just a little. The pressure in your chest softens just a bit. Your thoughts begin to slow down, even if only slightly. Because when you stop carrying everything on your own, you create space for something greater to hold you. And maybe for the first time this morning, you can sense it. Not perfectly, not clearly, but gently. A quiet presence, a stillness that wasn't there before, a feeling that maybe, just maybe, you're not as alone as you thought. So stay here for a moment longer. You don't need to rush into the next part. You don't need to force anything to happen. Just sit in this awareness that God is with you, right now, exactly as you are. And as we continue, you're going to begin speaking to Him, not from a place of perfection, but from a place of truth. God, right now, I come to you exactly as I am, not put together, not strong, not pretending, just honest. You see everything I've been carrying, even the things I don't have words for, and this morning, my heart feels heavy. My thoughts feel overwhelming, and I don't know how to fix it on my own. I don't want to hide it from you anymore. I don't want to act like I'm okay when I'm not. You already know what's going on inside me. You already see the stress, the worry, the quiet pressure that's been building. So instead of holding it in, I'm bringing it here, to you, God. I feel tired in a way that sleep hasn't fixed. I feel weighed down by thoughts that keep repeating, by concerns that don't seem to go away, even when I try to distract myself. Even when I try to stay busy, it's still there. And I don't want to carry this alone anymore. Some of these feelings, I don't even fully understand. I don't know why certain things affect me so deeply. I don't know why my mind keeps going back to the same worries. I don't know why it feels so hard just to feel calm, but you understand. You see beyond what I can explain. And that gives me a place to rest, even if just a little. God, I've been trying to stay strong. I've been trying to handle everything the best I can. But right now, I need help. Not in a perfect, polished way, but in a real, honest way. I need your presence to meet me here, in this exact moment. Not when everything is fixed, but while everything still feels messy. Take this heaviness from my heart, even if it's just a little at a time. Take the thoughts that are weighing me down, the ones that keep replaying, the ones that make me feel stuck. I don't want to hold on to them like this anymore. I don't want them to control how I start my day. God, I give you my worries about today, the things I'm already stressing about, the things I feel unprepared for, the situations I don't have control over. I place them in your hands, even if part of me still feels afraid to let go. Help me trust you, even when it's hard. I also bring you the things I've been carrying from before, the stress that didn't go away yesterday, the emotions I didn't have time to process, the weight that followed me into this morning. I don't want to ignore it anymore, but I also don't want it to define me. God, meet me in this space. Sit with me in this moment. Calm what feels restless inside me. Slow down what feels overwhelming, and remind me, gently, that I don't have to figure everything out right now. Even if nothing around me changes immediately, let something within me begin to soften. Let there be a small sense of peace, even if it's quiet, even if it's subtle, even if it's just enough to take the next step. I'm here, God, and I'm listening, God. As I stay here in this moment with you, I begin to loosen my grip on everything I've been holding so tightly. Not all at once, not perfectly, but little by little, I'm choosing to release what I was never meant to carry alone. Some of these worries, I've been holding on to them as if it's my responsibility to solve everything, as if thinking about them over and over again would somehow make them easier. But all it's done is make my heart heavier, my mind more tired, my spirit more overwhelmed. So right now, I'm letting that go. I'm letting go of the need to control every outcome. I'm letting go of the pressure to have all the answers. I'm letting go of the fear that something will go wrong if I don't hold everything together. God, I place these worries into your hands, the ones I can name and the ones I can't even fully explain, the situations I keep replaying in my mind, the what-if thoughts that keep pulling me into anxiety, the pressure I feel about today, about tomorrow, about things that haven't even happened yet. I release them to you. Even if my mind tries to hold on to them again, I gently give them back, again and again if I need to, because I know that holding on to them hasn't been helping me. It hasn't brought me peace. It hasn't made me feel stronger. It's only made me feel more burdened. God, teach me how to trust you with what I don't understand. Teach me how to rest in the middle of uncertainty. Teach me how to move forward without carrying fear in every step. Right now, I'm choosing to believe that I don't have to figure everything out this morning. I don't have to solve my whole life before I even get out of bed. I don't have to carry the weight of every possibility. I only need to take one step and trust that you will meet me there. So I release the pressure. I release the expectations. I release the constant need to overthink. And in place of all that, I make space. Space for calm. Space for clarity. Space for peace. To begin entering where anxiety once filled everything. God, if my heart tries to pick the weight back up again, gently remind me to put it back down. Not with force, not with frustration, but with patience. Because I'm learning how to let go. I'm learning how to trust. I'm learning how to not carry everything by myself. And even if it feels unfamiliar, even if part of me still feels unsure, I'm still choosing this. I'm choosing to release. I'm choosing to surrender. I'm choosing to trust that you are holding what I no longer can. And as I let go, even just a little, I can feel something shifting. The tightness in my chest, slowly easing. The noise in my mind, softening just a bit. Not completely gone, but no longer overwhelming in the same way. And that's enough for now. Because this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about one moment of release leading into another. So I stay here, in this space of surrender, knowing that I am no longer carrying this alone. God, now that I've begun to release what was weighing me down, I open my heart to receive what I truly need. Not more pressure, not more thoughts, but healing. The kind of healing that reaches the places inside me that feel tired, tense, and worn down. There are parts of me that feel fragile right now, parts of my heart that have been stretched too far, parts of my mind that have been overworked for too long. And even if I don't fully understand all of it, you do. You see every layer, every hidden feeling, every quiet struggle that I've been carrying. So right now, I ask you to gently begin restoring what feels drained inside me. Calm the thoughts that won't slow down, the ones that keep circling, repeating, creating noise that I can't seem to escape. Let them soften, not by force, but by your peace slowly settling in, like a quiet stillness that covers everything without rushing. God, bring healing to my emotions, to the heaviness I feel in my chest, to the tension I've been holding in my body, to the sadness, the stress, the quiet anxiety that lingers even when I try to ignore it. Touch those places with your presence and begin to make them lighter. I don't need everything to disappear instantly. I don't need to feel completely different all at once. But I do need to feel that something is changing, even if it's small, even if it's just a little more space inside me, a little more calm than before. Let your peace move through me, slowly, gently, naturally, like a deep breath that reaches places I didn't realize were tense, like a warmth that settles into the parts of me that felt cold or distant. God, heal the part of me that feels overwhelmed, the part that feels like it's too much, too fast, too heavy. Remind that part of me that it doesn't have to carry everything anymore, that it's allowed to rest, that it's allowed to soften. Heal the part of me that feels anxious, the part that's always looking ahead, always trying to prepare for what could go wrong. Gently bring it back to this moment, this breath, this quiet space where nothing is demanded from me. Heal the part of me that feels tired in a deeper way, not just physically, but emotionally. The part that has been giving and giving, thinking and thinking, without enough time to truly reset. Let that part of me finally feel a sense of relief, even if just a little. And God, as this healing begins, help me not rush it. Help me not expect instant results, but to trust that even the smallest shift matters, that even a little more calm is already a step forward. Right now, I allow myself to receive, not because I've earned it, not because I've done everything right, but because I need it, because my heart needs it, because my mind needs it. So I sit here, open, not forcing anything, just allowing your presence to gently move through me. And as it does, I can feel it, a slight softening, a quiet easing, a gentle sense that I am being held, even in this moment. And maybe everything isn't fixed yet, but something inside me is beginning to heal. God, as I sit in this quiet space with you, I begin to notice something changing inside me. It's not loud, it's not overwhelming, but it's there, a gentle shift. The heaviness that once felt so strong is no longer holding me in the same way. Where there was tightness, there is a little more space. Where there was noise, there is a little more quiet. And even if everything hasn't disappeared, it doesn't feel as consuming as it did before. God, I invite that shift to continue. Take what feels anxious inside me and slowly replace it with calm. Not forced calm, not something I have to pretend, but a real steady peace that settles deep within me. The kind of peace that doesn't depend on everything being perfect, but exists even when life is uncertain. Where my thoughts have been racing, bring stillness. Help my mind slow down. Help me step out of the cycle of overthinking and into a place where I can breathe again without pressure. Where my heart has been heavy, bring lightness. Not by ignoring what I feel, but by lifting what has been weighing me down. Remind me that I don't have to carry everything at once, that I can take this day one step at a time. God, replace my fear with trust. The fear of what might happen, the fear of not being enough, the fear of things not working out. Gently take those fears and place in their place a quiet confidence that you are in control, even when I don't see the full picture. Replace my tension with rest. Replace my worry with assurance. Replace my overwhelm with clarity, even if it's just enough clarity for the next step. Right now, I don't need to know everything. I don't need a perfect plan. I just need to feel grounded again. And I can feel that grounding beginning to return slowly, naturally, without force. God, help me stay in this state, not just for this moment, but as I move into the rest of my day. When distractions come, when stress tries to return, when my thoughts begin to race again, remind me of this space. Remind me that I can pause. Remind me that I can breathe. Remind me that I can come back to this calm again and again. Because this peace, it's not temporary. It's not something fragile that disappears the moment life gets busy. It's something deeper, something steady, something that I can carry with me, even as I step into everything that's ahead. And even if the day brings challenges, I don't have to face them in the same state I woke up in. I don't have to carry anxiety into every moment. I don't have to let heaviness define my entire day, because right now, something has shifted. And even if it's small, it's real. So I hold on to this, not tightly, not with fear of losing it, but gently, trusting that this calm, this peace, this quiet strength will continue to grow as I move forward. And for the first time this morning, I can feel it. I can breathe a little easier. I can think a little clearer. I can move forward a little lighter. God, in this calmer space, I begin to notice something I couldn't see clearly before. Even in the middle of everything I've been feeling, there are still small things to be thankful for. Not big, overwhelming reasons, but quiet, simple ones that were always there, just hidden beneath the weight I was carrying. Thank you for this moment, right now, for the chance to pause, for the space to breathe, for the stillness that allowed me to step out of the noise, even if just for a little while. I didn't realize how much I needed this, but you did. Thank you that I made it to a new morning. Even if I didn't wake up feeling strong, I still woke up. I'm still here, still breathing, still given another chance to begin again. And maybe that alone is something worth holding on to. God, thank you for staying with me, even when I felt distant, even when my thoughts were overwhelming, even when my heart felt heavy. You didn't leave. You didn't turn away. You met me here, patiently, gently, without asking me to be anything other than honest. Thank you for the small shifts happening inside me, the slight calm, the softening of my thoughts, the way my breathing has slowed, even just a little. It may not feel like a big change, but it matters, and I don't want to overlook it. God, help me notice the small good things today, the moments of quiet, the brief sense of relief, the simple things that bring even a little light into my day. Because sometimes it's not about everything being perfect. It's about recognizing that not everything is heavy at once. Thank you for the strength I didn't realize I had, the strength to keep going, even when I felt overwhelmed, the strength to sit here, to pause, to not run away from what I was feeling. That kind of strength is quiet, but it's real. God, shift my focus gently, not by forcing me to ignore my struggles, but by helping me see beyond them, helping me remember that even on hard days, there is still something good, something steady, something to hold on to. Thank you for this breath, this exact breath I'm taking right now. It's simple, but it's life. It's proof that I'm still here, still moving forward, even if it's slowly. And God, as I carry this sense of gratitude, even if it's small, let it grow throughout my day. Let it remind me that even when things feel uncertain, there is still something steady underneath it all. I don't need to feel overwhelmed by gratitude. I don't need to force myself to feel something big. Even a quiet thank you is enough. So right now, I simply say, thank you for this moment. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for helping me feel just a little lighter. And as I hold on to that, I can feel something else beginning to rise. Not pressure, not fear, but a quiet readiness to keep going. God, as I begin to step out of this quiet moment and into the rest of my day, I ask for strength. Not a rushed, overwhelming kind of strength, but a steady, gentle strength that stays with me, moment by moment, step by step. I know today may still have challenges. There may still be things I don't feel ready for, situations that feel uncertain, moments that test my patience, my focus, my emotions. But I don't want to face them in the same state I woke up in. So God, walk with me through this day, not ahead of me where I can't see you, not far behind me, but right beside me, in every conversation, in every decision, in every quiet moment in between. Let me feel that I'm not moving through this day alone. Give me the strength to take the next step, even if it's small, even if it's imperfect, even if I don't feel fully ready. Remind me that I don't have to do everything at once. I don't have to solve everything today. I just need to keep moving forward, one step at a time. God, when my mind starts to feel overwhelmed again, bring me back to calm. Remind me of this moment, this stillness, this space where I felt a little lighter. Help me return to it, again and again, no matter where I am. When fear tries to come back, replace it with quiet courage, not loud confidence, but a steady inner knowing that I can handle what comes, because I'm not handling it alone. When I feel pressure, remind me to breathe. When I feel rushed, slow me down. When I feel uncertain, guide my steps. God, help me respond to my day instead of reacting to it. Help me stay grounded, even when things around me feel chaotic. Help me carry this peace, not perfectly, but intentionally. Give me the strength to be patient with myself. If I feel heavy again, if I feel anxious again, remind me that it doesn't erase the progress I've made. Remind me that I can pause, reset, and begin again at any moment. God, I don't need to be perfect today. I don't need to have everything figured out. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I just need to show up with honesty, with calm, with trust. And as I move through this day, let there be moments where I notice your presence again. Small reminders, quiet nudges, gentle peace returning when I need it most. God, fill me with just enough strength for today, not for tomorrow, not for next week, just for today, because that's all I need right now. And I trust that as I take each step, you will meet me there. So I rise into this day, not rushed, not overwhelmed, but supported, not alone, but guided, not burdened, but strengthened, one moment at a time. God, as this quiet moment of prayer slowly comes to an end, I don't want to rush away. I don't want to immediately return to noise, to thinking, to doing. Instead, I choose to stay here just a little longer, in this calm, in this stillness, in this gentle space where I can finally breathe without pressure. There is something different now, maybe not dramatic, maybe not overwhelming, but real, a softness in my chest, a slowing in my thoughts, a quiet sense that I am not carrying everything the same way I was before. And for that, God, I thank you. Thank you for meeting me exactly where I am. Not where I pretend to be strong, not where everything is figured out, but right here, in the middle of my heaviness, my overthinking, my quiet struggles. You didn't ask me to explain everything. You didn't expect me to have the right words. You simply stayed, and that was enough. God, as I prepare to step into my day, I ask for something simple. Help me carry this peace with me, not perfectly, not constantly, but gently. Let it stay somewhere within me, even when the day becomes busy, even when my thoughts try to speed up again, because I know there will be moments where I feel pressure again, moments where my mind starts to race, moments where that old heaviness tries to return. But now, something inside me has shifted. Now I know I can pause. Now I know I can breathe. Now I know I don't have to stay stuck in those feelings. God, remind me of that throughout this day, not in a loud way, not in a forceful way, but gently, like a quiet whisper in my mind, telling me to slow down, to come back, to release what I'm holding. And if I forget, if I get caught up in stress, if I lose this calm for a moment, help me not judge myself. Help me not feel like I've failed. Instead, remind me that I can always begin again. That peace is not something I lose forever. It's something I can return to again and again. God, thank you for this new beginning. Not a perfect beginning, but a real one, a grounded one, a softer one. I don't need everything in my life to be solved right now. I don't need every answer. I just need enough peace to take the next step. And I feel that now. Just enough calm to move forward. Just enough clarity to not feel lost. Just enough strength to keep going. God, as I move through this day, help me move differently. A little slower, a little softer, a little more aware. Help me notice when I'm holding tension and gently release it. Help me notice when my thoughts are racing and gently slow them down. Help me choose peace, not by force, but by returning to you in small, quiet moments throughout my day, even in the middle of everything. Meetings, conversations, responsibilities. Let there be tiny pauses, tiny breaths, tiny reminders that I am not alone, that I am supported, that I don't have to carry everything by myself. God, thank you for being steady, even when I am not. Thank you for being calm, even when my mind feels chaotic. Thank you for holding me, even in moments when I don't realize I need it. And right now, before I fully step away from this moment, I take one more slow breath. I breathe in, gently. I hold it just for a second, and I release it, slowly, letting go of anything that still feels heavy, letting go of anything I don't need to carry into this day, letting go, just a little more. And as I do, I feel it again. That quiet calm, that gentle peace, that soft strength rising within me, not loud, not forced, but steady, real, enough. So I step into this day now, not rushed, not overwhelmed, not weighed down the same way as before, but a little lighter, a little calmer, a little more at peace. And that is enough. Amen.